Is business stress ruining your life? Stay tuned to find out. What's going on, guys? It's the one and only Brandon L. Draper coming to you live on this video vlog. Alright, so today we're going to talk about, is business stress ruining your life? So, you know, nowadays everyone wants to be an entrepreneur, everyone wants to run their own business, but there's a lot of things that goes along with having your own business, right? So every human being, you know, at some point in time, you're going to get some type of stress in your life. You know, some people, you know, they got a newborn baby at the house, they got a new job, new career, they're trying to figure out some things in their business, some things that they may not be familiar with, don't have any type of formal training, and it kind of increases the level of stress. So how you minimize that, we're going to talk about a couple of those today. So the first thing we're going to talk about is maximizing your work time, right? Some people oftentimes always wish they had more time, right? We all only have 24 hours in a day, and that's it. No more time than that. 24 hours is the equalizer. So no matter how much education a person has, no matter how much money they have, the equalizer is them having only 24 hours. You only have 24 hours in a day. They only have 24 hours in a day. The question then comes in, what are they doing? If they have a life, or they're doing something that you would love to do, and you just don't figure out how to do that, what you have to figure out is, what is it that they're doing in their 24 hours that you're not doing in yours? If they're making more money than you, right? They got a bigger business than you. What is it that they're doing in their 24 hours that you're not doing in yours? So you have to figure that thing out, right? Next thing is, you know, if you're trying to maximize your time, meaning that if you're working on a project, for instance, like, okay, working on this blog, so it took time to write and then to record a video to accompany it, right? So I had to unplug for a second, meaning not taking any phone calls, not looking at my email, not looking at social media. Those are things that distract you, and what winds up happening is that it takes you more time, it takes you off task, and sometimes you don't get your best work out when you do that, because you're so distracted with so many different things. So there's chances for errors, misspelled words, you know, all types of things, or maybe even the wrong thing, wrong topic, and you're sitting there typing or recording something because you're being distracted by other elements. So learn to unplug. So for those that say, man, look, you know, statistically we know that our cell phones are no more than I want to say 10 feet away from us at any given time. So it's hard for people to unplug. So I would suggest to you, starting off with just an hour, you know, turn off the, you know, your phone, you know, put it on do not disturb, silent, or whatever. Do not check any notifications. Do not check any notifications. Just a whole hour dedicated to whatever task that you're doing. And what you'll see is that it's going to take you a lot less time to complete that task, because you're really and truly focused. All right, the second thing we're going to talk about is don't overextend yourself with promises, right? Some people, when they wake up, is like, oh my God, I just, oh, and they got this, I don't want to wake up because I got so much to do. I've said yes to so many people, so I got to go to this appointment, I got to go to this meeting. I call stuff like that busy work. When you have a business to run, you can't just be running to every single meeting or every single event someone invites you to. It will be nice. Now, don't get it twisted. I am telling you, you know, help and support other people in what they're doing so they can come and help and support you. But do not overextend yourself by going to every single network meeting that's available in your local city. It's the worst thing you can ever do. So please don't overextend yourself. Don't make a bunch of promises saying you're gonna pick people up, do this, do that, run this errand, and then next thing you know, you got 10 things to do for other people that's not about you or your business. And then you get frustrated, and then it's like you're losing your happiness there, all right? You know, you went into business to be an entrepreneur, to be independent, to be able to stand on your own 2 feet. So don't make a bunch of promises. And let me tell you something, people will often ask entrepreneurs to make promises. And now think about it. you're an entrepreneur, 9 times out of 10, you might work from home or you're working at an office or whatever the case may be, but because you have a flexible schedule, people feel as if you don't work. So it's easy for them to call on you and say, hey, can you do this for me? Hey, I'm working my business just like you work your job and working my business. And that's the type of mindset you gotta have, and that is what's gonna push, the wrong people away and keep yourself from getting into a bunch of what I call promissory debt, where you're making promises that you can't keep. All right, the third thing is to create a marketing plan to gain more clients. So number one, when you're in business, making money is a priority. Don't get that misconstrued. Some people think, well, I'm in business. No, you're in business to make money, right? Companies make money. A company is not making money and still paying you, meaning that they have to make money in order to pay you. If the company's not making any money, then how can they pay their employees? How can they, be able to make the products and services or whatever that they offer? So it only makes sense for a business to make money. Don't let no one tell you that it's okay for you to go in business and not make money. Short term, long term, you should be making money day freaking one. You got to figure out how to do that. And one of the things we talk about, that I am going to talk about, and maybe in another blog, is talking about the low-hanging fruit. So how you can use that marketing to push low-hanging fruit that's in your business, meaning lower end, cheaper products that even if a person didn't necessarily know you, they're willing to invest 40, 50, 100 bucks. And maybe by them investing that and really learning about you, how you teach or whatever the case, whatever it is that you're doing, they feel a little bit more comfortable, and then you can start pushing higher end products and or services to them. But the key to that is having a strategic marketing plan. So, are you going to be on social media? What platforms are you going to be on? And I want to talk about social media really, really quick. Do not go on every social media platform. It's not going to serve you. You'll be spending all day posting on social media. Pick 3 or 4, or maybe even less than that. Maybe 4 would be too much. Maybe 2 or 3 social media platforms that you want to promote your business on that makes sense for your business. That's the key. That makes sense for your business, right? Every social media platform does not make sense for every business. There's certain businesses, I think there's one is called Kick. I think that's mostly for kids. So if you're dealing with a business to business, right? Why would you be on Kick or one of these kiddie type social media platforms? So I would suggest picking 2 to maybe 3 social media platforms, and consistently with a certain level of frequency where you're posting content about your business. And for those, and that's just the free way. So basically you're marketing to people that's already following you, or whatever groups that you're attached to. You're able to market that. That's free and that's inexpensive. And now for those that want to take it a step, another step up, and they say, look, I want to do marketing, real true marketing. I want to do Facebook ads, I want to do Instagram ads, I want to do LinkedIn ads, whatever those, if you don't know how to do those things, okay, great, you can always outsource them. You can go to places like Fiverr. So I'm gonna leave a link at the end, and you can go to Fiverr, FIVERR.com, and you can find someone that can set up your social media campaign so that you can make sure you're maximizing your dollars in that. Also, Google's everywhere, right? They're the largest search engine in the world. So you want to make sure that you possibly, if you can, if it's in your budget, get on Google and start advertising on Google. And the same thing goes for Google, for any other social media platform. If you don't know how to set up a true marketing plan, a campaign for you to be able to market, do a paid per click campaign, you always can go to Fiverr or any other platform and get someone outsourced to be able to plug all the data that's needed in it and be able to monitor that, see how it's working, so that you can make sure you're maximizing your dollars. Because as an entrepreneur right now, you may not have a whole lot of money, and I get it. So you want to make sure that you're maximizing here, and you're not making any money if you're not getting any clients. So you have to market. So when you first start any business, and I know I'm kind of beating this up, but I gotta make sure you understand this. The first thing when you start any business, you have to come up with a marketing plan and strategy on how you're gonna get customers. You gotta know where are your ideal customer. Who is your ideal customer? Where are they? And how do you get in front of them? All right, how do you find your audience? What platforms, what verticals are going to allow you to get to those people so that you can get that low-hanging fruit, the low-hanging fruit, not the high-hanging fruit, not up here, the low-hanging fruit, your lower tier products, and you promote that to them so that, number one, you can start building an email list. Email is very much alive and well. So you want to continue to build an email list. I always suggest to people, not only you want to get first name, last name, email addresses, but you also want to get phone numbers so you can start SMS. SMS is like 99% open rate. Everyone checks their text messages, period, right? They're going to check their text messages. So if you're doing SMS marketing, that's going to increase your business. Now, let's go and wrap this up. So all those things, especially the stuff I told you towards the end, those are things that's going to alleviate the stress off of you. Once you come up with a good plan, you know what to do, how to do it, set it up one good time. Hear me out. I know it may seem like a lot of work when you're starting a business. The key to it is setting it up one good time. It's going to be frustrating. It's going to be a lot of things you're not going to know. But I promise you this, if you take the time and set it up one good time, all your marketing campaigns, all your email campaigns, all your automatizations, things that if someone goes to a cart and they leave, it's going to send them a message. You set that up one good time and you are going to be set up for success. But it takes a lot of work, but you want to build it at the beginning and then add to later on. So when you build it, you got it there. As time goes on, technology changes, you always can adapt, add new things, add new components to it to make it better so that you can serve your ideal client, your ideal audience, right? So at the end of the day, don't allow stress to bog you up where you're not able to be free and do the things that you want to do. So one of the things that I want to talk to you about and close this out with is that we are going to have a webinar that's going to talk about that, because that is one of the things that truly defeat a lot of business owners is stress, and they don't know how and where to do things. So we're going to give a whole course on this webinar course, so we want you to join. So click the link below and join that webinar or course. I don't even know what I'm going to make that thing yet. I really think, honestly, I don't know about a course. Maybe I was going to make it a webinar. I may turn it into a course. Depends on how people respond to it. If you leave comments, leave some comments here. Say, hey, look, I really would love that training. It means a lot for me. I think it's very important. One of the things that was very critical when I started business, I was really stressed out because I didn't really not know what to do, where to go, and how to put things together. So I think it's a very critical part of any business, and I think it's a foundational part of any business. So if you want that training, or you think that we should actually create a course on that, leave a comment below, let us know, and I'll think about it. But for right now, we're going to do a webinar. So click the link below, join the webinar, and if you are really excited and you're really ready to take your business and your life, both your personal and your business life, to the next level, keep tuning in. Thank you very much.